interesting you brought up women who were abused. What's it like to say that you were abused or I was abused?
It's not fabulous because there's so much stigma attached to it, you know, and people, especially with me, they're like, you never. You're such a strong woman. You've always been so powerful and la 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 la. How could you have stayed in an abusive relationship? And ask any woman who's been in an abusive relationship why they stay, for what reasons they stay. And I've spoken about a few of them. You know, you get so brought down, you lose confidence in yourself. You don't know who you are anymore, and you're struggling to find yourself. And there's only this person who professes to love you, who can just show you how much he cares about you. And nobody else is going to care about you like this, because you must be horrible, because he has to sometimes beat you, you know. You must be such a terrible person. So who else is going to love you? There's that area. There's so many areas that you go into. My God. Any woman who is suffering any kind of abuse, it might just be insidiously dark. Sometimes it's not open and punching and abusive. It's just that quiet stuff. And you don't cotton on to it for a long time. And then suddenly when you do go, well, wait a second, this is not right. But then how do I fix it? I've got 3 children. We're working. We've got blah, blah, blah. We live together. I can't live without him. What am I going to do? We are desperate in so many ways because you don't know what you're going to do with yourself. I don't know, how am I going to get out? If I try to get out, he's going to kill me. And that's also happening. There's so much happening out there. And also your abuser is it's usually your lover, your man that shares your life, your intimate secrets. They know a lot about you. You share a lot of things. And when people know a lot about you, they can use those things to hurt you.
What clicked for you and made you want to leave the relationship?
I nearly killed myself. I tried to kill myself, and it was very close. And I thought to myself, okay, wait a second. If I want to kill me and not him, you know, that's bad.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one that needs to be out of the picture, not me. Why am I doing this to me? But you are so crumbled, so fragmented, so shattered in so many ways emotionally. Who gives you the tools? Your parents don't teach you how to handle this kind of thing. We are taught nice things. My parents never hit each other or beat each other or screamed at each other crazily. It was always cool, and we knew that if we had trouble, we could go to my mom or my dad and they would help us. Never saw this in my life. And when you see it, it's like, how do you know how to handle it? Nobody knows how to handle this. It's not like we were so, okay, now if a man hits you, this is what you do, and then you do this. Nobody gives you this book. So you have to make it up as you go along. And every single woman out there does it differently, whichever way she can do it. But hopefully she does it.
I'm happy you brought up the fact that you came from a very loving home and your parents were very happy, because
Yes.
I think a lot of people say, well, they must have learned to be in a relationship like that from their parents.
I didn't learn that from my home. I was very careful when I started analyzing everything, and I was in therapy for about a year after I decided that that's the end. I don't want to die by my hand or anybody's hand. Mm-hmm. And I was in therapy, and I really got in it. It was like, okay, what are your parents? And she was trying to dig up something bad about my parents, and I was like, but they were just normal, and they were. I looked at it from every angle. I thought, okay, well, maybe my father gave me a slap too hard or something. But it was not. Yes, I did get slapped by my mother and father, as we all did in our generation. We were all clapped around, let me tell you. My mother would throw shoes at me because I'd go running down the street and she would be shouting, come back here. And I'm like, no, and I'm running down the street. Bam, on the back of the head. Off I would go, okay, Mommy, I'm sorry. Don't you run away from me. You know how it goes. And that was considered normal. So if that was abusive, I'm sorry.
Cindy, thank you so much for coming and sharing.
It's a pleasure.
I look forward to reading the whole story in the autobiography. Where can we get the book and the CD?
Well, the books are hopefully going to be available online soon. At this point, we are in Johannesburg, and anybody can contact me, Facebook or my email, my website, cindyalter.com, and we will deliver wherever they are, because it's very hard to get your books into all these major bookstores, and we are trying our best. We've got Scoobs at Monte Casino, which is a really cool bookstore, and they are taking books. So that's the start. We're trying to obviously get into Exclusive, Wordsworth, and all the bookstores around. So we're working at it. It's just come out like now.
So it's hot off the press.
I can't even hold it. Ridiculous.
Thanks, Cindy.
Thank you so much, Jen. Appreciate it.